Click on it. I'm going from the bottom up. Okay, what is the daylight nighttime ratio? I don't have that ratio, but we know more accidents happen in the evening and at night because people fall asleep, they're tired. This is why the state limits the number of nighttime driving hours. And your parents will gradually get you out to night drive, but in the beginning, they won't do it because they'll be nervous, they'll be scared. But over time, you're going to have to get night driving in, and that's really important. So you got to get your night driving hours in. It's okay to say I don't know. Um, how much space should you have when turning left with a motorcycle? I would say give them at least 3 cars. But remember, motorcycles are smaller. It's hard to judge distance. We haven't been exposed to a lot of. You got to remember, we're in a driver's ed safety world. Like if you can ready to run a light, I'll hit the brake and you'll be saved. If you're going to go off the road, I'll hit the brake and turn the wheel to the left. But over time, I'm not going to save you. You have to save yourself. And that's where you really learn, because if I keep stopping the car and turning the wheel, you're not ready to drive. And then I'll tell your parent, your son or daughter's not ready to drive, because I don't want to lie to you. And your parents are like, oh, thank you so much. Honey, you're going to have to go back home now. So I'm always truthful to myself. If I have to keep turning the wheel because you keep going off the road, you're not ready. Or if you don't see the light changing and I have to save you one time, I'll save you one time. So you have to grow up really quick. And most of you do, but some of you don't. I don't play with my life. So how often are motorcycles not seen? I don't have the information, Lee. You can look it up. I don't know. I always speak truth. There's probably some crash statistic data that you can type into Google Scholar, and you can look that up. They'll say in 100 instances when there was a car motorcycle accident, the driver did not see, but also the motorcyclist has a responsibility too. You have a responsibility to drive with your headlight on. You have a responsibility not to run lights because you don't have a 4,000-pound car to protect you. You just have your leathers on, your helmet, your boots, but a lot of guys and ladies don't wear helmets anymore. And if you hit the ground, you're going to be a vegetable. You'll have a diaper on the rest of your life. You'll have brain damage. And we see a lot of people who just don't care about their lives, unfortunately. No matter whose fault, the bike will always have more pain. Sure, because you don't have metal around you, but all that could be prevented by going slower, taking your time, looking ahead. And I think when people get older, they think they're entitled. I'm 25, you're 15. I'm 35, you're 20. I'm 50, you're 30. I go first. I can run the light. Or I'm 70, you're 30 with 2 kids. I'm older than you. So people will say, you don't know what people are thinking, but you got to use common sense. And if you don't use common sense, then you won't live long. You got to assume everyone is a potential danger. No, motorcycles are not allowed to pass through between cars. Um, you'll die because you're passing between 2 cars. And what if a car comes over? You get hit, you flip over, it's your fault. We could look up the motorcycle rules. How many points aggressive driving? You guys look that up. Look it up right now. Look it up right now. Put it in. How many points can aggravated or aggressive driving put on your record? Type it in. Put it in. Do your research. Look it up. I love the fact that we're having a nice session, and I love the fact that our moderator's taking care of these random comments that are held under review. we're having a real dialogue about driving and safety and making good decisions. And I feel this is needed. So if you're saying random comments, it's going to be muted or deleted anyway. And anyone can have behind a keyboard. But if you have a real question or response, put it in. If you're wasting time saying random stuff, remove yourself. Don't even waste my time. All right, we're going to look at the chat and see what you found. 6 points, 6 points, 6 points. So, what can 6 points do? You're going to have higher insurance. Um, your guardian or parent should have a serious talk with you. Well, it wasn't my fault. You got the ticket, it's your fault. It's a warning. I'm going to go back to the questions. It's hard to tell how fast a motorcycle is going, so be careful. It is very hard to tell, so you want to give them room. They have blind spots. We see motorcycle riders look, check their blind spot. We see motorcycle riders pull up right beside us in those 1,000 cc leader bikes that are so fast. I love motorcycles, but only on a closed track. Okay. I know a couple of gentlemen who are in North Carolina. They build motors, they race them, they test them. He actually trains people. Great guy. Our motorcycle riders are like, okay, we already talked about that one. How can you stay calm in road rage? Leave early, go the speed limit. If you make a mistake, apologize. How can you get how can you get in a crash by going you get rear-ended? That authorized road is only for emergency vehicles, tow trucks, ambulance drivers. By you slowing down to 20 or 15, cars are going 70, 80 miles an hour, they're going to rear end you. So um, you shouldn't be on the road anyway. So if you make a mistake, you get rear-ended, you pay for it with your life, or someone else dies. Or if you make the turn, the police will come up right behind you. Or people report there's a red car using an unauthorized turn lane. Where do you usually see these police crossings? Um, on the highway, but you guys have not been on the open interstate, so you wouldn't see them. You are only on expressways and highways that are local to our area. You're not on 75, 94. You're not on those major thoroughfares outside of the city. You won't ever go that far with me. But once you get about an hour out, you're going to see those signs. If you could you use the term if there's an emergency? It depends on the emergency. If there's a traffic accident and law enforcement is telling you to turn, sure. Have you ever had a student driver get into a lined space? Indy, explain.
The line space by the intersection before like a left turn.
Past the line, before the line, in the wrong line? Give me some more information.
The line that that's before the left turn lane. And like allows vehicles to flow into the left turn lane.
Are you talking about the left turn lane?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are three schools of thought. One, beginning drivers get in too early. You're driving down the middle of the road. We can get hit. Beginning drivers stop in the middle of the intersection. We'll get our front end hit. Beginning drivers stop too far back. So when we're making left turns, it's red alert, red alert, red alert for me as your teacher. I'm like, I got to help this student get the car in properly. So I try to make sure you're going slower. I try to make sure your blinkers on, you're checking, because cars will just cut up right behind us. They're impatient. They don't want to see us. And you guys drive too slow. You have an around blinker. You stop in the middle. You stop. So I try to help you so we avoid a lot of those frustrations that other drivers feel. And I try to really show you that. Does every state have a same restricted Every state is different. Every state in New York, you have to be 18 to get your full license. Yeah, joy. Uh, are there different types of diagonal marking roads? They are different types. Every state has different rules, different geography, different areas, and they can mark, identify different lanes that they want to. Our state is different than Texas or Nebraska or Indiana. Every state's a little bit different. So they will say ignorance is no excuse. You got to know the law. Do traffic lights, do traffic have to stop to allow the person to enter? No. If you're gonna, let's pretend you're leaving from McDonald's or Wendy's to Burger King. That's a private driveway or your street. Traffic does not have to stop, but let's pretend traffic is backed up. The first lane may say, come on out, come on out. But the second lane doesn't see you. You get hit. So you have to look and yield and check and really look. Or like you're turning into your street and it's a rush hour day. So you have to know that and you will learn that. Or some of you say, I don't like going to my street during rush hour. If the left lane goes backed up, do you need to? Okay, so the truth is you can't drive down the middle of the street. The left lane will back up 50 cars. Technically, you should be waiting to merge in. A lot of drivers during rush hour, they're 50 cars, 60 cars, 70 cars. You see cars driving down the middle. I wouldn't advise it. So what I normally would do, I'll just have us go to the next light. Where would be a good place to turn around? And if you can't turn the way you need to go, the next street, the next available driveway, the next safest driveway, you might have to pull in, reverse out, and go the other way. I try to teach you guys that safely, but I know that some of you can't perform those maneuvers. I've been on really, really busy roads with a lot of beginning drivers. It's horrifying because the traffic is so dense and it takes 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But you need some of those. You should be okay, Ben. They'll look at it and say, well, you were late 8 minutes. Or they'll look at the video. How far before the gap shoots your signal? 100 feet, a half a block. I've learned that you shouldn't cut off. But yes, is it better to look over your shoulder or use both? Shoulder check, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Love it. I thought it was very positive. We learned a lot. Look at these videos, put questions, comments in. Thank you.